Hey guys, welcome to another video. Um, so you all chose the last three, and right now it's time for my turn to choose the next three. So I should pick somewhere nice. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. What continent will I choose? So I will not fucking die. Asia. Random Russia goes well, stop. Nobody knows. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Or China. Okay, so we're now the Chinese fucking government. Cool. We chose China. I'm guessing we want land and shit. Obviously, we have some allies, as NATO and all that stuff is gone. We always got we got something by the southeast, which is North Korea. So here is what we got. Now, obviously, this is gonna go pretty decently, but North Korea wants the bottom of what South Korea? Jesus Christ. Can't think of countries. So after declaring war on South Korea, Japan and Taiwan joined in this little battle. So did Mongolia. Also the EU, NATO don't exist. So but we also got India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Jesus Christ, I can't even think of places anymore. Um, but no, we're gonna be since if India joins, Pakistan gotta join. I swear they cannot let go of the past, can they? Well, I don't know. Maybe because of a certain little empire decides, oh fuck all that. Whatever. So we're gonna go with this. And with this scenario, the Asian War has begun. So Indian troops cross into Chinese territory and try to take out our government so they can replace it with Taiwan, the Republic, but we say no, as we're just lazy editors. So they push into Pakistan as well, no doubt, but they also push into Myanmar. I don't know how to pronounce it, I don't care. But they also push into our nation as well, but they get stuck there. But it's not really looking good for us as we don't have that much allies, as Russia can't join, as they're also doing with Ukraine. So as they get stopped by our forces in also here. Well, yeah, this is a well, I'm gonna go do something. Okay, so back to what I was doing. Yep, South Korea and Japan forces enter from from, from into North. God, fuck, whatever. But we also get entered by Taiwan, which is not looking good for us. This might actually be our final win of nations. No, as we also push into Mongolia, who can't really fight. Like, they only have they actually do have a navy and one pond, but the guy's scared of water. Like he's scared. Go in there. which really just sucks. Also, since China is third strongest, I think, because I know Russia's first, America's is no, no, America's army is first, Russia's army is second, China is third, and Germany's fourth, I believe. That's how that goes. South Korea is stronger than North Korea, but with nuclear is still stronger. So after we took over, and I don't know who else could ever join this. Oh, hi there. Looks like we got help. But obviously, with the help of that, we already got issues here. And yes, we got Kazakhstan. They still got relations with Russia and everything like that. So yeah, it's also time for us to push back. So Pakistan pushed its back India towards the fucking border. Jesus Christ. So now they put them back to their border and back to this northern territory by the border, in they are which we're now pushing back into Nepal, India, Bhutan, and so it's not really looking well for these guys as of son of a bitch. As we take over more and more, we push them as we push them far out of more as our army can go. So this is how this is going. We're pushing way into it. Like we're just pushing this way out of it. So without of just using skill and everything, we actually made a stalemate again, but we're almost out of Myanmar, but the coast is still held, but we do manage to take a bit of it. But we do manage to take over this, but the blood is spilled in water. So we also pushed Vietnam out, and as we push out of them with Russian support, and then we also managed to do something happen with Russia. So with Russian help and Chinese help, but also with the North Koreans, we actually managed to push them into South Korea, taking Seoul in just 3 days. The bomb raids a lot. But Russia also jumps into northern Japan, which goes successfully until after when they take over the north and gets stalemated by doing this. But with Taiwan, yeah, we just nuked them. Even though this could trigger the USA, but they managed to stay out of it, as we said by accident. And we never meant to do that. We meant to hit normal bombs, and they said fine. And but now we're pushing into Vietnam, which we're stuck, and Cambodia last, and now we are in Thailand. We said not going, it was just going pretty well, but we're still stuck in Vietnam. Now we can't even push forward into it anymore. But we do manage to push back into half of the country, but we do not manage to take over all that was needed to get these guys out. as they're still connected somehow. But we do manage to take over Cambodia and Laos, and we're pushing more into Thailand. As we do manage to also make or break, and we just decide to push all out of Thailand. So now the troops are in Myanmar, which isn't even good for us. Now we're pushing upwards as we're burning down the forest until five weeks later, where we finally take out the Vietnamese. Now we can finally make a push, and that's the long one. Okay, so now we're looking at a full-on invasional push and blood spill in the water again. Jesus, can they stop bleeding in the ocean? Like, that's not where you spill your blood. But we forgot about down here, so that's fine. But now it is time for us to invade into India. How is it going looking for Pakistan, by the way, as we're getting ready to do the mission of India? Pakistan is doing well with the help of Kazakhstan, Russia, and us by a little bit, but we are pushing into the Indian forces, as we've also recaptured, as we're slowly pushing into it to the nation, and we do manage to capture it. So, what is going to be happening with this whole peace treaty, we don't know yet, as there's no sign of stopping until all is done. And India says, screw you, there's no peace treaty. Meanwhile, Nepal and Bhutan get pushed in as they get destroyed, disconnecting India, but they still got Bangladesh to go through. Settlementation more like immigration, but whatever. But we do manage to cause a whole rebellion against the Bangladesh land, as with Eastern India is lost. So what's happening here? Well, I'll just spare you details as these guys get fully pushed. But here is where South Korea has finally met its end, and as we do finally take them out, we've managed to hop onto Japan, which is not trying to stopping, and so we're managing to, as we push farther into them, still we're finally stopping, which they finally do get taken. Now over here, with Ukraine, as we do send some help, Russia does manage to take half of the country, but also has managed to go downwards near Romania, and half of as Kiev is taken, the country's still going until the first go off, and we set off rebellions, Russian rebellions, by the way, and they managed to just be flooded. So out with Ukraine, I guess, and yeah, India's still showing no stopping, but Sri Lanka gets destroyed by the military at the bottom, with the navy, as well as they manage to push into southern India, because the northern, like the troops are at the north, so we can take over southern India, but see, now we're looking at, basically we're looking at the collapse of India, which doesn't happen, and they capitulate, which they can't even control. It's the people rebel. And yeah, Anyways, um, we're going to go up, but since Japan just destroyed, this is destroyed. This peace treaty is actually going to look odd, as most people would think. As we managed to clean up the blood that's been spilled into the water for some odd reason. Blood is in the water. I guess there's so much in there. But yeah, this peace treaty is about to look really weird. When I say weird, I mean really odd. So all I can say is that an alliance has been settled between so here's Russia, Kazakhstan joins too. So what is Russia? Well, Russia gets no good Japan. North Korea is reunited into South Korea, but yeah, not anymore. As they say, let's just join China, and we say sure, I guess. So now we have all of this. So peace treaty is going to be difficult for Taiwan as they're now part of China, and now we're just taking up as war reparations. We take over here in Vietnam, and those in Cambodia have to pay $2 billion, and the people giving them severe PTSD, even though that's probably us, by telling them that they're killing every child in the universe, even though it's probably not even true. So now we're just gonna say that this is fun as yeah, this is now us. And we also take this. We also take over Bangladesh. More actually, we don't even take. Uh, we own part of it, but it's not fully ours. And we take over half of the Northern Territory, which I'm pretty sure also adds like this. I think that's how that works, right? Yeah. But like Cambodia, lives gets split. So now we get a split Laos. Cambodia, oh, like Cambodia, yeah, no. Cool. Yeah, now I got destroyed by this whole peace treaty. What else do we have? Well, actually, we don't even get all of Mongolia as Russian army said we got split it. We say fine, even though we want it, but whatever. So yeah, now we own Um, yeah, so this is now part of us as we own this territory. So I'm gonna read that is our border. So we already look large. So Japan has also has turned into something unique, a puppet, little puppet state, in which we force them to say you're gonna become a puppet state. They say fine, but I'm also probably just gonna give Russia. I'm just gonna turn just give Russia orange. I'm gonna get fine confused. Jesus Christ. English clearly decided not to be the first language. Apparently, my first language was retard. In which Kazakhstan, it's gonna be, you know. So these are the allies that we have. Not even the best. Pakistan is just Pakistan for right now. As now we're gonna be drawing its border that they now newly got from India. So they get a pretty good bit of land. So good for them that they got land. As they're gonna be green, as they say we're gonna be allies now. Thanks for giving us so much land. And we say no problem, friend. As now India is now just a struggling place. Borders look weird for now, but the Indochina has been split, and we're just chilling for now. That is until later into December. These guys say we want our land back. I was like, Laos just said you give them enough free, so become a country. They say okay. You didn't even bring up allies. Yeah, they do, annoyingly. As they bring up the Philippines and Malaysia. And also Singapore. So there's some questionable support. Also the countries that are in Malaysia, I guess. So there you go. And also India joins in this fight, but clearly they forgot of why what happens when they join a fight other when they want their territory. This this randomly happens for no apparent reason. It's annoying, sure, but now we got just this. So unexpectedly, on the first day, on the second day of January, our troops to be pushing into Indochina once more, especially Vietnam after when we burned everything, especially some of the trees. So now that Lorik is crying on his knees. Vietnam is being pushed less in as just is still weak as all hell. Myanmar and Thailand, even though Thailand used to be a Chinese ally, since they were denied at the table, and now they're saying, fuck you, we're going against you, which is a dumb idea, as they're being pushed to the Malaysian border, which is not good for Malaysia. As, yeah, now we're stuck at a stalemate. But the Philippines, they were expecting a war at the top, so now we're just stuck up here. But we do manage to just barely get into territory. But we do manage to just barely get into Malaysia. And also just Yeah, we can't get any, we can't even get into there. So what else is going to be happening? Well, we can't even get to Sri Lanka again as of Indian Navy, stuff like that. We're having to fight through them first if they ever want to get into there, in which they say we're not letting you in. We say okay then, we're just gonna push into you. So you may be wondering, where's the rest of the army? Well, here's the rest of the army. As the rest of the army finally meets up with the Indian borders. Russia doesn't even join in this army as they also just are discussing with Mongolia if they want to be annexed or not, and Mongolia is just trying to understand what the hell's going on as we were fighting. So going to be questionable issues with Russia soon. But yeah, Mongolia is just chilling ever, and I'm just getting Snapchat notifications. But cool. So now here is what's happening. The Philippines, Malaysia, and India are struggling, but we take down the Indian Navy kind of, and we invade Sri Lanka, which Indian forces were expecting this as from last time, but we actually managed to surround the Indian troops and barely get through, but we managed it. And India still was hoping for a good fight, but they kind of do now as they struggle, but then they just say, you know what? You're breathing, mom. Then they use the trenches and everything like that to be pushing through, explain the army. The army said, wow, India's finally using useful things. Good job, I guess. But whenever that happens, um, but you forgot about the northern, and we're just gonna, you know, just quickly just go in to your little country, and we're just gonna push through here. As we're just into your nation for a bit. The Philippines is gone, and so with half of Malaysia, which is now being slapped into, which, surprisingly enough, works well. So the pastry is going to look really different. Just but now our borders are going to look completely different. Yep, that's going to be part of China. Oh, what's this? Oh, India. I didn't know you wanted to become a part of China. Good to know. Good to know. As we're just gonna respectfully take this for you, and Pakistan can get this. You. This is gonna be a new little country. You know what? Actually, I don't like how it's gonna be a country. You can have it. But though we don't like how you're just most likely going. So we're just going to set up a chain, a communist regime down here, and Sri Lanka gets this. Well, under a Chinese puppet state. India says fine, and we say cool. Trying to invade us, and you're not going to even exist anymore. So yeah. Well, actually, this would not even this would pink. as India would be right here, right here, right here. Now Malaysia, that's a little odd. But what they do in the not really getting in. Why is that? Nope. Okay. So Malaysia, you are gonna lose a little bit of land as we really don't that much out of you. You lose that much. This is also going to be a puppet state, which is going to get the said territory. So, yeah, this is how our map is going to be. We haven't discussed Russian borders over there yet. That's going to be a little difficult for me to do with y'all. But whatever. This is a new puppet state. Here's a puppet state. We're gonna take. We're actually gonna split you. Yeah, that's all better. The northern is gonna be the puppet state, but the bottom here is gonna be normal. That is our taking of the country. When I say most of you, I'm just gonna there you get that two. We get two provinces out of you. You. You're not even gonna exist anymore. You're just going to Malaysia. Okay, that's odd. What the hell? Whatever. As long as if I just try to. Right, that's the war. I don't care. Seriously though. So now with the war reparations, this is just Russia. Now Ukraine needs to uh just say okay, cool, and not expect to fight. But the Russian people still said no, that doesn't sound good. They're becoming a puppet state, and Ukraine said fine. And but then later in the month, Russia just said annexation. Even though this is a China's video, we're just gonna have this little part. Now, what's left of Russia is just this. Now, but back to over here. Offer Pakistan to join our nation, which they happily accept. So now we're even larger than ever. And oh, and we accidentally just took part of India, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure they're gonna forgive us for that as they normally would. They're happy people, I think. So now we're just gonna be here. Yeah, now this is just a lot of just China and oh, dear God, here. So now we're just gonna be going here, and we're just gonna be taking over all this. It's kind of surprising as this is what we're almost left off with. But we're not ending the video just from this. Hold on, let me check the video recording. Yeah, this is gonna be like 40 minutes. I hope y'all not mind. And that's on. I have to cut that out. But now what's going to be going to oh, okay. Saudi Sri Lanka. Now, oh dear God, we're at a war. We're just screwed. Nope, that's the wrong one. And Sri Lanka's pushed in a bit. As all that force is down there, even though we came and help her now. India decides to say fuck you. We're gonna save our friend Sri Lanka. And which they do when I'm too lazy to color this in blue. And now with Sri Lanka help, they push in from our southeast. No, the southwest. This is southwest. The more southwest territory of where Pakistan used to be, which now we're in officially of Pakistan. But we're since we're inwards heading, this was Bangladesh. Now they're trying to push in, try to save their friends, but they get stopped by the troops. But they do manage to get in a little bit of coast. Still trying to save their friends, trying to be a hero. The reason why they're not doing it is that they're not trying to get hurt anymore. But now it is time for the Russians to actually do some damage. See, at the northern point of the east, we actually get the invasion of Manchuria as not even expected. But yeah, this has happened, and we're just gonna be doing push out. Yep, this is happening. This is kind of happening in this forces. Now, you may be thinking, is there any other way for y'all to win this war? Yeah, very much are. See, these guys are kind of weak, but we have to be careful with Afghanistan as there's a lot of fucking bombs. When I say there's a lot of bombs, I literally mean there's a ton of bombs where a lot of people could die. Yeah, this is happening. Yeah, this is how we're gonna be fighting. We're actually just pushing into Kazakhstanian territories. Wait, now I'm thinking we're still in. USA is third place of largest, and now we're in second, but we're still gonna be taking a lot of territory still. So stick around for the whole video because yeah, as we're trying to get a whole point here. So we create an arrowhead like shape of down here, and we're just well, we're actually just taking over a lot of land here. So that's interesting. But yeah. So here is what it's looking like right now. Currently, with Japan. Oh, what's this? Oh, Japan's actually trying to. So the other part of Japan is actually just trying to take over what they used to have. As we tell them we'll give them independence after. They say, but actually we're not giving that. We're not giving that back to them. I don't know. So the Japanese troops actually have something to fight for, and we're actually just going to be. We're actually just fighting in the Siberian fronts, and now Japan has made a little coast here. It's taken the southern of eastern of the southeast of Russia at this very eastern southern part, the east, but at the southern area of Siberia. So yeah, now this is happening around the world as everyone's surprised that Japan's actually doing this, even though it's actually just mainly Chinese troops, but who cares? And they're also just using rebellious groups. Evil, I know, but we're actually just it's actually working pretty decently. So yeah, now we're at the border, which honestly just promises something good. But then yeah, that those forces got stopped. Yeah, now the Japanese troops get stopped here, but that's not all what we're doing here, folks. We're actually pushing really far into um our own Russian front as just trying as we meet Russian troops that are being stopped at our border as we also just slice right through them, I shouldn't say. And then some troops just push through and we successfully take over here and just a lot of fighting. A lot of guns are just firing at each other. And yeah, we're now stuck in a whole stalemate as oh, that's another issue. As we're actually still in a little issue, but we do manage to. Oh my god, blood water. As we do manage, why is the water being taken over? As we are pushing through India, we actually hope to end this little war soon, as the people aren't actually really happy with this, and the people are getting pushed out. So now the blood water. Now we're just living a lot of territory. Now we're just holding more of Indian troops hostage and sending their uniform clothing as we're not that horrible. Just to show. Now we actually forced the Russian troops up here to surrender. Now Russia says we'll give up as long as the others give up. The others say okay, and now we're looking at a huge oh dear god, no, stop it. There we go. As of all these countries say we give up in this whole battle, just spare the lives of us. We say we're not gonna kill you, but we are gonna screw over your whole land and territory wise. And they said that can't be good, and we say it's not. So Japan still thinks it's getting freedom, but then we tell them that we were just hoping you'd fight with us. We told you that, and it worked. and they're actually really pissed off about that. We would tell them if you rebel, we're gonna sure you're not gonna see the light of day, as you're gonna be forced to join China. And they said, uh, so we're gonna be part of China, and they said, yeah, you're gonna be part of China. Actually, you staying in Sakura is oh, I don't even have any food. It's okay, whatever. As if this can get rid of the blood red colors, which would be nice. Okay. So within the actual territory that they've lost, let me just get that. They are even like so with the oh my god no. Where the fuck is that going? Actually they don't even get to have a word on this. As we're telling them that this is going to be happening, and we get to draw border lines, and they said okay. As long as that's not too much, and we say it won't be. Don't worry. And same thing with Russia, and they say the same thing. Say it's not that much, and this is how much we're taking out of them. Now, they aren't happy with this movement of ours because it was their land, it was the territory that they had, but now we're just holding a bunch of their territory, and now we're just being horrible. We told Russia they get to keep that part. Actually, we changed our minds. They see what do you mean, and we just say watch the border. We get that part now. They say fine, as they're pissed off about it. But we say cool, and as we're flipping off every front, nope, this becomes a part of China. You become a part of China. You, you all become a part of China. So eventually we become first largest and the whitest country. Sorry, Chile, you don't get that anymore. Actually, are we longer or is Chile longer? I don't even know if the USA is gonna like this one. That we do take away most of what they fear. It's Russian, but now they got us. So the borders look horrible, but I don't care. And oh dear god damn it. Okay, now we're getting uh we're actually getting a lot of here out of here. So this is what we'll be going with. A lot of here and a lot of down here. We also get rivers and things like that, but that doesn't really matter to the Chinese Empire. I guess you could call this a whole ass empire. Nope. What is uh, right? The rest of the world. As we also just managed to take part, since we did take over most of the world of the West. I forgot of how annoying I make borders. Now, here is China, and if I'm ruled over China. Now, obviously, China's forces hella powerful, so that's why we actually took a lot of nation. But the US and Russia are not very happy, so I'm pretty sure they just teamed up. So, that being said, have a good day. This is China.